Yeah, we need a better intro. Welcome to the Walking Free podcast. My name is Chris. We, as always, are at Trinity United Methodist Church here in Huntington, Indiana. I am joined today by my best friend and co-host, Rocky McComas. And it's that applause. And today our guest is, I don't know if I want to say Brandin or Cysko, but I'm going to go with Cysko Suave. That's what I'm going to do. Let's get some applause for that. All right.
Let's go, Brandin.
Cut it off. Yeah. Let's go, Brandin.
I like them both.
Yeah. You like them both?
I like them both.
Okay. Well, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
Explain to us how okay. That's where we'll start this off right.
Well, I mean, it's not like
how did the Cysko Suave come into play?
Yeah,
it's not like an alter ego thing, nothing. You know,
it's not the Mamba Kobe thing,
right?
Okay,
but it's just I've always for the last I don't know 5-6 years or so. That's what I've been known by. So
yeah,
it just stuck. You know, honestly, and this is why a lot of people feel like I shouldn't hold on to the name, but I was locked up when people started calling me that, right? And then when I got out, everybody just ran with that. So I just let it be what it is. You know, they say you can't give yourself your own name.
Yeah.
But I definitely added the Suave part on the end. That was me. So I thought it sounded good.
So you got my attention from your TikTok and Facebook videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're very motivational.
I try.
I mean,
I'm not, I was talking to somebody about this the other day because I'm not trying to be the motivation guy. You know, it's not really my goal is to be the motivation guy. It's good that I can motivate somebody, but my point of view is I'm just trying to give people the education that I took the time to learn or the things that I know helps me. And I feel like it's a good way to do it, you know? So it's free. It's, I just kid on, well, it's not free. I actually spent a lot of my own cash to put those videos out. But
them little mics, I got one of them.
Yeah. That stuff's expensive, man.
Yeah,
all the apps, all the,
Yeah.
But, I'm just trying to help people get to a better place in their life, from where they're at right now.
Mm-hmm. I think that's cool. It's a very important to stay genuine and authentic in whatever you do. I think that sells more than any kind of. I think that's that stands out more than anything.
Yeah. Sure. So you're at the Harmony Home. How long have you been there?
2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Yeah, I got there at the end of December. So
yeah.
What
brought you to the Harmony Home?
A problem with drugs and a really messed up lifestyle.
Yeah.
I just for a long time I've been struggling with not being able to get a grasp of my life, and finally, thanks to the powers that be, I was given the chance to, like how I explained it to Rob, the director of the program, is I've never really had an opportunity to be somewhere where I have the peace to get myself right. I'm always when I'm locked up, I'm locked up, and that's great. I have a lot of time to self-improve and think and everything like that. But then when I get back out, I'm always stuck in these stressful, chaotic environments again, and it's just super hard to get yourself right and try to maneuver through that at the same time. So I'm finally in a place where I'm able to not worry about those things and be able to focus on me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I trying to explain like that to people. Like we talk about things we shouldn't be doing. Like one of the big ones for me, as of late, has been like lust and the pornography thing, and like when you've lived a certain way like your whole life, what I mean, and like you've done things your whole life, and really you always had people around you doing like-minded things.
Yeah.
What I mean? It's kind of like you don't see the bad in it. You don't really think about what you're doing, what is wrong. You know what I mean? Like you don't really do that. And then when you try to, when you try to really allow like a program or something to guide you and like to surrender to something, like in the surrender to like help. allow people to help you. And like when you really try to start changing literally everything about what you do, everything. Like I wasn't addicted to drugs. I was addicted to chaos, fist fights, vagina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything. Like sex, everything, bad, toxic relationships. I believe every woman that ever did anything good for me in my life,
push them away.
I did, and I would hold on to like the worst case scenarios,
worst ones,
the worst case.
Worst
and I was, and in so many ways, I was many of them's worst case scenario. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And when you really like, we was talking about relationships on the way in here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you don't even know. It's like you don't even know. It's like, what do? You don't even know how to have what is a healthy, what does that even mean? Like, what is a healthy relationship? You know what I mean? What are boundaries? What are all these things? It's takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, in order to have that, you have to be healthy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
There
and
it is.
And that's my thing right now is, I've been talking about this a lot because I have a lot of female friends, and
hard to do, bud.
Yeah, I care. Well, it's easy from a distance, though.
Yeah, we can be cool and be friends, but we ain't hanging out. You know what I mean? If we start hanging out and stuff like that, you gonna be in trouble.
But you're right. It's tough, man, because that's one of my biggest problems is relationships, because I do, like what we were saying on the way in here, it's work, like, and it's something that you have to give your time to, and anything that I'm devoting my time to right now, I want it to be something that's gonna progress me in the future, because the program is only 9 months, and I'm really trying to take advantage of the time that I have to be here and do this. So that's kind of my thing. And people get upset, but I'm an honest guy. I let everybody know where I'm at in life, and that's what it is. And I stick to it.
And I think a good aspect of that is like, not only am I looking for a wife, but I have to be aware whether or not I'm capable of being a good husband.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's important.
It's work.
Yeah. This one's married.
It's work, bud.
He's got babies in his 40s.
But it's worth it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's worth.
I've had one good relationship like that my entire life. And I was with her for 8 years. And we got 2 girls together. And I lost her in 2021 to overdose. Yeah. And so it's like, I know what it takes. I know what it's like, and then that's kind of something else is after that. I don't know. It's been tough for me to even really give somebody else that that time and that really attention and love, because I don't know. I think it created a lot of like walls and things in my life where I don't, I try not to get past that point, and I'm a caring, loving guy, but like at the same time, I self-sabotage myself a lot in a lot of ways. It's not till like recently I've really been able to have the time to reflect on that and see all those times where I thought I was being great. I thought I was being a great man and doing everything right. And then now I think back and like, I was
a
tripping,
sack.
you know what I mean? Yeah, like I was being a dirtball.
Yeah.
Just trying to pretend like I was doing great.
Yeah.
And what do you mean? I'm such a good guy,
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So where are you at with faith?
So I don't want to use the word spiritual. I feel like, I guess it is spiritual. I believe in God. I've always believed, well, maybe not always, but from when I was a child, I believe in God. And I know a lot about the history of it, and I know there's something there. And I've had too many times in my life where I've been in a hard spot and I've prayed and I've received things, and my view on it is I don't know what it is. I feel like I'd be silly to know exactly what it is, and that's where the faith part comes into play. But I feel like anytime I've really felt it, they say when you pray, you let Jesus into your heart, right? I feel like what that really means is feel it, you know? And like when I pray, I really try to feel it inside of me. And like this is I'm 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 grateful. I'm very grateful for where I am, for what I have, for what I don't have, the lessons I've learned. And I need this. You know, I feel like this is something that I need. And anytime I've done that, I mean, things happen, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't. And this is really, it's crazy how things have been falling into place. Because I was thinking about this earlier today and really last night with the people that I've been talking to, um, the friends, the connections that I've had this last like month or so. I feel like I'm being pulled to get back into church and to start exploring my faith more. And then even Corey sitting in the back of the church saying, "You should have more podcast," and like now here I am on the podcast, so yeah, it's something I've been thinking about a lot.
It made sense to me. I told Rocky and he's like, "Let's do it."
I'm down, but like if you get a chance, dude, go. I know they record Bethel Worship Center. Mm-hmm. They record the message on, I don't know if it's YouTube or Facebook, whatever. But today, Pastor Lucas was talking about like Abraham and Abraham's faith, and he was talking about like even the demons believe in God.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like even everything. Even Marilyn Manson talks about sin as for self. You believe in sin. If you believe in evil, you believe in the good. You believe in the devil, you believe in God. Right. But do you believe God? Right. Like if God nudges you to do something, do you are you believing in his promises? You know what I mean? Do you believe him? Not believe in him, but do you believe him? And it's a big thing. And even like last week, Todd was talking about like or do you really truly feel like loved by God, loved by Jesus? You know what I mean? Like them are important things. And it was like these last 2 weeks, I have drove all the way from, like Kentucky to go to church because it's like, boom, I go there with my mother.
Oh, you're coming to church here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go there with my mother from time to time. The last 2 weeks I went there. Came there and went there with my mom and drove home to go to, the church. And that's what, I don't know. I just encourage you by what you just said. I think that would like help you very much.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Go check that out.
Definitely will.
Hold that mic down. Get up on it. There you go.
Check.
So you do these videos, man. And it's not just the jazzy words you got on there. And I know how to do this stuff, right? It's the message that you're sending out. It's the message. You could not have the words on there, and I would still be like a fan because you had one about consistency, basically. Consistency over motivation.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
And like I think I was just talking about that.
We always talk about it. What the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
You can't deny it.
Right.
I feel like it's something you have to have, Yeah.
You're all the way down to like going to the gym and like you're working on all kinds of things.
Yeah, I do a lot. I basically don't do anything else besides
self-improve.
The things that I do. Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV. I read, I listen to podcasts, I listen to books, I go to work, I make the videos, I edit the videos, I talk to people on my Facebook. That's what I do. I don't really I don't call people and have talks except for a select few. I'm locked in, I'm focused.
You gotta watch who you talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's I'll talk to Chris sometimes.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm like, yeah, you ain't wrong. That's what he said. That's all he says. He's a good listener.
Yeah,
Chris is a real good listener.
I'm literally in practicum right now to be a licensed addiction counselor. So
that's kind of the whole thing.
So how long have you had that? No, I'm just joking. Where would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? No. Yeah, man. I love them videos.
Thank you.
I've only seen like a few of them. I have to watch more of them.
You really need to
I didn't know they were a whole edited thing.
Yeah,
Oh, he
well,
does.
so
He goes.
I've been shying. So the AI stuff now, it's so easy to like do all the weird edits and the extra
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm trying to I try to find a balance to like keep people's attention. Like my first few, I had a lot of the edits in it, and now I've kind of been shying away from that because I want people to listen to me for what I'm saying, opposed to just trying to grab their attention for the sake of them watching it. You know,
And
like,
you know, it's a terrible thing though. Like I stopped doing my TikTok videos so much because when I went to Alabama, I kind of got a little loose and I was cussing a lot. And
yeah,
like I started doing thirst trap videos, like funny. I started revolving my videos around humor
Yeah.
rather than like
The message.
the message.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I made this thirst trap and it got like it still keeps going up, like 15,000 views. I have like 800 and some comments. I'm talking like,
Yeah.
you know, skyrocketed. And like every really good message video that I've done, like about God and, you know, that like, I have 270, 560 like, views, you know what I mean? But when I started doing my followers like climbed, I shot up to like 600 more followers within like a month and a half.
right.
You know what I mean? But that's crazy.
Well, that's the world now, man.
I know it.
You know, like that's. I mean, look at if you go on TikTok, which I try not to scroll. I'm not going to say I don't ever scroll, but you know, I try not to scroll on TikTok and Facebook because I mean, you get lost in it, and there's so many videos that don't really have no. What's the word I'm trying to look for here?
Message.
Value to them.
Value.
And, you know, that are huge because it's strictly just about distraction. And that's what most videos and entertainment in general is it's to distract you.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just about finding the right people. Like it's not about how many views I have. It's about how many valuable views I have, you know. Like,
But think about this though. I thought about this, like this, what God never did. Everything that was meant for evil, God had turned it for good. But now I have over 600 new followers that follow thirst traps, that fall into thirst traps. The devil's not the only one that sets traps, bro.
good point. I mean, that is
God,
a good point.
God sets them too. Now I have over 600 followers from that thirst trap that I can give a good word to. Because I'm in your algorithms. Now I'm in your FYPs.
You're gonna pop up.
You're
gonna pop up.
Now I'm in there. You know what I mean? And like if that's what they're searching for, you know what I mean? Like now I'm already in there, bud.
Yeah, for sure.
His TikTok.
What?
I was gonna say it's called Rocky's mustache.
That's hilarious. This shit just zoomed in on his mustache.
Nope, remember, I'm not
Dude,
producing
look
right
here, bro.
now.
I
I'm
can
in the
try.
conversation.
I'm just getting to where I can handlebar that dude.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I can, bud. Don't play with me.
The accent. You know the
It's
old
coming.
videos with the black and white, tie the chick up on the railroad tracks.
Yeah, the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Dastardly. But yeah, we have no plan on what we talk about, but that's kind of like that's kind of the whole point, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who's getting ready to leave the Harmony home right now?
Yeah, that's tough, man, because you know you definitely see a lot of guys leave, and I don't know, I'm somebody that I know how I am, and it's hard to give somebody advice that's already kind of made up their mind that this isn't going to work right now. You know, I mean, I can tell you, like we had a guy, the younger guy with the hair, you know, and I used to talk to him all the time, right? Because I mean, we didn't get along too well, but I cared for him because I knew where he was at in his life, and like I told him, like, look, I'll give you advice till you're blue in the face, man, and I know you're not hearing it right now. But my goal is for one day when you run into the exact problems that I'm telling you you're going to run into, that this advice plays back in your head, you know? And that's kind of what's always like for me in my life. Like, so my mom, she's she's a very loving, caring mom, you know, struggled alcohol my whole life, her whole life. And, really great person though. And that's what she always did. Like I didn't really have a lot of structure growing up or anything. I was homeless. I was, chaotic environment, whole childhood. Went through most things that anybody could think of bad that can happen to you. I've seen it. I've done it. Yeah, I've been there. And but she would always just talk to me about certain things, and that was good and bad. Like she I know everything bad that's ever happened to her. Grew up with just her and my two little sisters, and yeah, but that's something that she taught me is like anytime I was ever in those spots, she was like, "This is what's gonna happen. You go ahead and do exactly that. What you said you're gonna go do. This is what's gonna happen." And then I'd be in that situation, and I'm like, "She was right."
It played right back in your head.
So the next time,
that sucks, doesn't it?
I was like, "She's probably right."
Legit.
Mama said, "Mama tried."
Man,
gave it a go, huh?
But I want to go back a second. You just said a minute ago, like, what's bringing you back what's making you, encouraging you right now, bringing you back to God? What's got you thinking of the pursuit?
Well, I feel like what you would call signs, right? I mean, like I said, I've prayed often, not every night, not every day. But I prayed often since I was a child, and it's not always when things are bad. Like I said, I'm not as consistent with it as I should be, but I am consistent and have been pretty much my entire life. And right now, like I've always kind of viewed things in I'm just going to go with it type of thing. Like I used to view it in like excuse my English, but a fuck it type of way. But now it's more so, yeah,
too late.
Now
it's too late now.
It's more so like a something happens and I view if it's good for me or not. And if I feel like it's good for me, I feel like there's a reason why it's there. And I just kind of try to follow that path, and that's really helped me a lot. And like I said, it's just the conversations that I've been having, the people that I'm really involved with in my life. And it just keeps coming back to that.
What about the people you're involved with?
Well, just so like I probably have.
Do they cuss?
Yes.
Do they act stupid?
No. Used to though. So like I have a really good friend and she knows who I'm talking about. If she's definitely seeing this right now.
Do they walk every day like they're perfect?
No.
But they're bringing you to God.
And not on purpose. See, and that's my point. It's not like hey, you should, work on this. It's just what they talk about and the things, where they're at, what they're doing. And I've seen that really often lately. And I feel like there's a reason for it. I feel like, especially with the thoughts that I've been having and the things that are happening, even so, like I don't make specifically like the content that I post isn't about God or, faith really in kind of any way at all. But most of the people that comment, like I had a 62-year-old man comment on my post today and tell me how he needed to hear this today and, how much I helped him. And, he's comes from the school of hard knocks and all this, right? And basically he appreciates it and he relates to it and God bless me. So it's just it's like the specific people that are around me and that I've been having conversations with. It's just like something that I'm constantly being reminded about and not searching for it or not. It's not being pushed on me, but it's just always been there this past month or two. And like when I was locked up this last time, I've never been a get locked up, find God type guy, right? But these last two times I did 2.5 years and then I got out for a few months and then I just went and did, like 4 months or something. And those last two times that I've been locked up, I prayed more. I read the Bible multiple times and Yeah, I remember, like, right before this was another one of them times, like, right before they told me that I was gonna be given this chance, um, I was praying really hard, and like I said, I felt it. Like, when I say, like, this type of prayer is a different type of prayer to me, and I feel like this is really important, is that when you're really praying for something you care about, or you have to mean it, you have to feel it. It can't just be a, "Hey, please give me this thing, please bless me in my life." No, you have to really, like, feel it in your chest, and like, there's that feeling that you get when you really mean it, and I feel like that's the important part. And I went to court that next week, and this is the same judge that I've had for years, and I go sit in there, and the last time I was locked up, he pushed me out for years, 2.5, and they were trying to hit me with a level 1 healing resulting, in death, and so I was in there that whole time thinking I'm about to get life, and, I just lost my wife, my kids are with their auntie, and it's like I was going through a really hard time, but this judge knows me, and I go back in there, and he's like, "We're gonna set you back out till next year," and I'm so used to it that I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll see you in February." Well, then my probation officer's assistant, because my probation officer wasn't even there, speaks up and is like, "Well, Judge, actually, we'd like to, if it's okay with you, we'd like to send him to treatment. He's been doing well. He's a trustee now. Looks like he's trying. He's been talking to IRACs." And the judge looked at me and said, "Is that right?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, I think that'd be really good. That way you can get to the root of whatever is causing all these issues." And now here I am in this program talking about, you know, I'm finally peace. I'm finally able to have the peace to get to the root of all the problems. So it's like things like that where it's like I can't ignore it. I would be stupid to be like, "Oh, that's just coincidence," or this is the first time I've ever had an opportunity like I have right now, and it's like, well, is that because of me? No, that's I mean, I was in jail. I didn't, of course I wouldn't try to be trusty. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't doing anything spectacular, but I really just feel like it was faith, and you can feel like that's faith in yourself, in a way, but I feel like that also comes back to, it's kind of how they say the higher power thing, right? I feel like it's the same thing. Like, if you really, like I said, that feeling in your chest, if you really just believe and you have faith and you're doing the right things, then same results, like how you was saying the other day. Um, it doesn't really, like the other guy, he doesn't believe in the same things that you believe in, but he still believes in something that's making him take those next steps, those next right steps. So that's what's important. And that's how I see it. It doesn't have to be one thing or the other. It's about that feeling.
I think, man, like God is like we make it so like stupidly like difficult. Like,
Complicated, yeah.
and I think like it comes, like it's about relationship, man. It's like God has always been like we know right from wrong. I think we just are born with discernment. We know right from wrong.
Yeah.
God's always been talking to us. To me, I know He has. I just ain't been listening.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like for the sake of not being cool, for the sake of following the flock,
Yeah.
for the sake of not being left out. I'm doing what everyone else has been doing my whole life has got me in trouble. And I think when I really started to listen, and then when I listened, and I tried to took what I heard, and I tried to implement that in my life. Like it takes years to do that before you really begin to see the fruit of what I mean, of following Christ and what it would actually do to us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like keeping our side of the street clean is like part of that. And like, you'll never really truly find peace in your life if you don't work on keeping your side of the street clean. I mean, we can't go through life doing like we've always done to other people and claim to be free, because you're always going to have some type of regret or shame or remorse, or, all these things like that. I would call it like static. Like, I got very little static in my brain these days, because I know, like, I intentionally try to do the best I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's important.
And like, dude, I'm telling you, like, just keep praying, just keep talking, reciprocate conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not ever, it hardly ever is it ever what I would like to expect, because you know what, like, doing the right thing is something that I'm not used to doing.
Yeah, for sure. Everything
that I get back is something uncomfortable, because you know what, I've always done things the way I've done them, and I've always done things the wrong way. So if it comes at me from a place like, man, I feel uncomfortable doing this, I should probably do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a problem with just that in general. I posted something about this last night because it's just been on my mind. It's like I've always been fearful of when things are good. Right? I get this anxiety.
The setup.
When yeah,
we talk about that all the time.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
Like when you're so used to things being taken away, or just the chaos. Like when stuff's good, you start looking around like, okay, what's
something's about to cave.
And it's, I don't know, for me it's being okay with that. It's being mindful of it, and like that's where I am now, is like, okay, well, I've lived my whole life with this, so I'm prepared. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. Like, as long as you keep it in your mind that, like, well, if it happens, I'll deal with it then, but don't stress over it. And that's what I used to do. I used to just stress over it all the time, or I would self-sabotage things because that gave me control. So, and it's a subconscious thing that a lot of people do, that you just mess things up because you're so comfortable with things being messed up. So you just do all the wrong things because you feel comfortable in doing that.
It's kind of like trusting people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one. That's definitely a really tough one for me, trust. Because I definitely have a problem with trust still. I still do. And I feel like the boundaries are important, but you can trust people in certain ways. Like, obviously, I'm not about to take $100,000 and put it out on the table and leave the room with everybody here and be like, well, I trust them to not grab that. But like, I can be open with my thoughts. I can talk to you. I can trust you with certain things, as long as I'm not putting myself in a super harmful environment that I can't handle, then it's fine.
Yeah. And like, when I just bought this dirt bike, dude, I come from the streets, so you can't trust anyone with $10.
Yeah.
Like, I've never really had money, and I got this job in like the last year, you know what I mean? Like, I've really done really well.
Yeah.
And I really got a little bit of money. Like, and
awesome.
I got this dirt bike I just got, and I sent somebody, a friend of mine, $4,500 cash. Go buy this for me.
Yeah. You
don't know how hard that was to do?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It was very hard to do. It was like, but I was like, I did it. I did it.
See what happens.
You know what I mean? But I did it, and I have it. You know what I mean? Like, it gets, there's good people in this world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's like,
there's trustworthy people in this world.
That I've always been like that. It's like, I won't, even when I was in my addiction at my worst, I won't do things like that. Like, I wouldn't steal from my friends, and I'm not judging anybody that has. I was a dirtball in a lot of other ways, but I had things I wouldn't do. So I know, like, I have one friend right now that he's my guy, and he's the only one that I know that has been solid through everything. But it's so hard to find people like that. especially in the environments that we come from, but they are out there. They definitely are out there.
Yeah. I can relate. I'm not producing, I promise.
I'm just waiting, bro. I'm just waiting for. He struggles with chiming in. I wait.
Well, you guys were flowing, and it was flowing pretty good, right? Yeah. I can completely relate because I was that guy. I wouldn't cheat. I wasn't a cheater, and I wouldn't get with. Let's say you have a girl, you are in love with her, you break up with her, you were in love with her. That's off limits. And I had that like, oh no, I'm an honest drug addict.
Right.
Like I would tell people that, no, I need some money to go get high. And I think a lot that still carries with me because I'm still like a trustworthy individual.
Right.
And I was a dirtball in a lot of other ways, you know what I mean? But I completely relate with that, man.
Yeah, no, like I've heard you say some things that I used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's some dirtball stuff.
Yeah.
Just not those dirtball things.
Right, right. Like, but like you said, I don't look at somebody like, oh, you used to steal the back.
and that's my point is I
don't look at it like
make
bad
somebody
or
feel
anything.
like I'm above them.
Right.
Or
No.
It's just, I mean, look, if there's things that you are proud of, you're proud of them. I mean, that's good. That's good things about my character that I can appreciate in myself. So I'm proud of those.
And I think a lot of times in a lot of different ways, like people like don't trust people for things that they know they are capable of.
Right.
It's like if you feel you're capable of that, then you feel there's other people capable of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a cheater. You know what I mean? Like always accusing their partner of them cheating all the time.
Yeah. Or somebody in a trap house worried about their stuff.
Yeah.
They got all their stuff and they hold it because they steal from people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why people used to steal from me all the time.
Yeah.
And anybody watching this that knows me knows.
Right.
All my stuff used to come gone every day. Come up gone. Because I just I wasn't watching it like that. And I should have been. I got 10 people in my room. I should have been careful with my things. But then I'm like, man, and it's always the last person that you think it is too. It's always, the one that's your friend.
The one helping you look for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But these days, man, it's different for me anyways. I just like in the name of this podcast is Walking Free, right?
Yeah.
And these days, like I really like that's why we came up with that name is because we really walk free out here. Yeah, like I don't have that chain. I don't have it chained me down.
And I don't have everything chained me down. I mean, I'm yet to experience life like totally free.
Correct.
But, you know what I mean? I'm like, I would guarantee I'm like 60%.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a million miles from where I was 5 years ago, but trust me, I got a million more to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've tasted the freedom of life and prosperity and the milk and the honey and like the goodness in people, like the love of people. These are the things like we're exposed to experience in life that we don't, the trust in people and the trust in myself. You know what I mean? I've experienced like healthy relationships. I've experienced relationships with boundaries. I've experienced all these things, you know what I mean? That comes with like a healthy life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God, we talk about the world and how terrible the world is. I don't think God intended us to suffer the whole time. Like, I think the closer I get to him, the more peace I feel within the world and the storm. You know what I mean? I think that's what it's about. This world is a storm. There's a lot of static electricity. There's a lot of static and a lot of chaos. And you know what I mean? Like, but you can find peace within.
It's what you focus on.
Yeah.
Like I don't watch the news. I don't, you know what I mean? I'll get certain things I follow that, if they talk about it, I learn about that thing and stuff. But I'm not trying to be distracted by all the terrible things that's going on. I get up, I eat well, I do the things I'm supposed to do. I work out, I go to sleep, I wake up, I do it again. Yeah, make videos.
Yes.
And that's my world. And keeping my world with, focusing on those healthy things opposed to all that other stuff that I can honestly say that most days, not every day, but most days, I'm in a good mood pretty much the entire day.
Mhm.
And when I'm in a bad mood, I just remind myself because trust me, I do not want to make videos every day. I do not want to edit these things every day. I don't want to, I'm not always in a positive, everything's great type of feeling. But I remind myself of why I'm doing it and all the good things that are coming from it. And then like earlier when I was kind of stressed out the last couple of days, and I get that text in my phone from somebody I don't know, that, hey man, I appreciate you and this helps.
Yeah.
That's like boom.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's a whole different high, bro.
Yeah, it's great.
It really is.
So you know that without a doubt you have the one. It says if you have one person, then
Yeah.
you've done your job. You
Yep.
got that one. Now
Yeah.
it's 2, 3, 4, 5. We know for a fact.
And it's
Keep going.
like,
Watch out. It's
there's-
addictive.
Watch
Trust me.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's addictive, bro.
Watch out. Yo, I don't know.
That's the goal.
I know. Like we talked about this when we started this podcast, and like I think we thought about ways to like get it out there more. But we're set up on like YouTube. Chris got it set up on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all the places. You know what I mean? Like we're just like, if God sees it fit to get this to be exposed and bigger.
Yeah.
If this gets bigger, it'll be by God's hand.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not pushing anything.
Right.
We're just being obedient and doing what we think we need to do.
Showing up.
And showing up,
That's it.
talking about it, like being about it, sharing our experience, strength, and hope with people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like in life and like like think about like hope. What does that mean? Like what does hope necessarily mean to you? Like just hope, period. Like what does that look like to you? If you are receiving it, if you are to receive hope, what happens, or what in your life gives you hope that there's going to be there's better days ahead? You know what I mean?
Well, I have this knowing inside of myself, right? Like this feeling, and it's just something I've never been able to shake. Even when I was young, I just always felt like I was gonna be happy. I was gonna have a good life, and I remember. Tell you a quick story, right? I remember when I was like 22, I moved up here when I was like 19 or so. I got out to join. I came up here, and my whole idea was I'm going to start a new life and get away from everything that I was with, down south, the people that I was around. And I moved up here with my grandma, and I ended up getting a house. I was with my wife at the time. We had our first kid. And when I say I did well for a 20-something-year-old, I was doing great. I had, a pool outside, a hot tub. I had some vehicles. I had a really nice house. And I remember I was sitting on the bed, man. It's 22-year-old kid, right? And I'm crying. And I remember my wife walks in, and she looked at me, and she's like, "Why are you crying?"
Because I'm a man.
Nah, 'cause I was like, I don't know. I feel like I made it, like I felt rich at that time. I felt happy. And like, we were like, I'm not gonna say we were going to church all the time, but at the time we were going to church here and there. I started reading the Bible and stuff. And like, I was just in this really happy place in my life, man. And it's like times like that where I showed myself, I proved to myself that I can really just create things. Like I can just believe, and things will happen that I want to happen as long as I'm doing the right things for myself. That's what gives me hope. Like I've created the proof in my life, literally from having nothing. Like I when I say I come from the bottom of the bottom, poor, struggling, that's a fact. And like, you can create good things in your life, but you have to believe in it every day. You have to have something driving you every single day, or you're gonna go the other way. That's you can go this way or you can go that way. You have to pick, you know?
I mean, and I think it's good to be content with your progress, but I don't want to ever settle,
Right.
because there's so much more.
Yeah, enjoy where you're at.
Mhm.
You know, be grateful for what you have, but that doesn't mean you have to stop.
Yeah, that means you have to stay there.
Right. You know, there's still more out there. There's still more to do. And I believe if you stay still, then you die. You know, I mean, there's nothing in this world is still. You know, anything that's not growing or improving dies.
Mhm.
And that's just something that I remind myself is, you know, I can sit here and just sit here, or I can strive. I can try and improve. I can learn things. I can do, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Very much.
You're not wrong.
Motivational interviewing. Words and things.
Yeah.
But man, you're right. It's like a fish. How a fish has to keep moving to keep the water going to its gills, right?
Yeah.
Like
Literally everything.
Dakota Wallace, I'm not supposed to be looking at
We
this.
love you, Dakota.
But-
Big dog, you're looking awful touristy down there in Texas.
Anonymous
bud.
person.
We're gonna get him on a podcast.
Yeah.
Like we'll do it from
Dakota's
Texas.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome guy.
He said God's doing huge things in this dude's life. Real fisher of men.
Yeah.
I
So
appreciate it, bro.
He's a TikToker too, Dakota.
Oh, yeah,
He's a thirst
Dakota
trapper. Dakota's a bad influence sometimes. He
Yeah.
taught me all about the thirst traps. I got all my TikTok Raja.
he got
From Dakota.
he got all his ideas, mustache included, from Dakota.
No, I didn't. I
Oh.
was down south with the mustache, bud.
I'm just giving you a hard
Yeah,
time.
no, everyone says that. Even though, well, it is looking good. You know, everybody gets something from somebody.
Yeah.
That's true.
Never lacking your
Facts.
ability to influence somebody.
Yeah.
Never.
You know,
lack.
you're
Never lack in your what is it? Never lack in your ability to influence people, because you do it on a daily basis.
you're
without even
influencing people, then you have no idea you're influencing them.
You're going to be a bad one. You're going to think about this. You're either going to be a bad one or you're going to be a good one.
Yeah.
You're either going to be a
100%.
positive influence or you're going to be a negative influence. You got there's two routes you can go with that, unless you're just going to live solitary out.
Yeah, out in the woods.
Yeah.
A
But-
Harmony Home graduate that I like. We're cool, you know what I mean? But we don't like kick it every day. We don't talk every day. But like, he sent me a message the other day, and it says, "At my graduation, we talked about my faith. Because I saw how you were at church and just in everyday life, I wanted a piece of that. I've worked on my faith and God has guided me. I just wanted to say thank you, bro. I didn't even know this dude was watching."
Yeah. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah. And that's the stuff I get high off of.
And
now.
let me tell you something. Like, men, if I was sitting here and I would have a direct conversation with somebody, they'd probably shut me off. But you know what? Like, if you can get them 90 seconds at a time on a reel,
Yeah,
or YouTube or a TikTok or a Facebook post, they don't have no pride at that point. They're as vulnerable as they could be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no one around looking. They're not looking
by
stupid.
themselves.
They don't feel
Yeah.
like you're looking at me and you're saying,
You're
you know,
judging me.
You're judging me. So you're a better man than me. You know what I
Right.
mean? They don't look at that. Even with a very prideful, arrogant person,
Yeah.
you can get at them at that. And I think about that. And I really think about that. You know, like, yeah, I'm not going to go
Yeah.
there.
Say the thing. No, I know it. I know where you was about to go, but
I'm not.
say the thing. That's my thing. Like, if you feel like you should say it, just say it. And if they take it, great. If not, great. You know.
Mhm.
But
I
that goes
did
good
what I
and
could.
bad. That goes good and bad. Like,
Yeah.
literally, I didn't really know you at all. And I came up to you and I were like, I love your videos.
Yeah.
Because I thought it needed to be said. So it can go good and bad. I didn't come up and, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about you. But like, for example, I didn't come up and say, oh, well, I think you need to work on XYZ.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which could also.
But I
be-
would,
that
but I
yeah, that
would
be
if I
fine.
seen it. You know what I mean? Like, I do. But I think that goes good and bad. I think a reel could go good or bad. And I just think that your videos are very, very inspirational.
Yeah.
Like, that they have real life practical content in them.
Valuable content.
Yes, very valuable.
That's
And I love
that's
them.
the goal. I
And your
appreciate it.
hair. I told you that
Yeah.
straight up too,
Yeah,
didn't
you
I?
always talk about two things: my hair and videos.
Yeah.
And another thing, we was talking about this earlier, but you think about like growth, and like being an individual, being genuine, being authentic, and doing your own thing. You know what I mean? Like you get a tank full of goldfish. You know what I mean? They'll never get much bigger than what they can because of their environment they're in. You know what I mean? Like, but if you put like a shark will never get any bigger than the tank that it lives in.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you put that thing out in the ocean,
boy,
it's not going to stop growing.
Boy.
I mean, you really have it's in that, and that applies to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our comfortability in our environment. You know what I mean? Like I got so immersed in recovery. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like I got so immersed in recovery and doing recovery, and my life was all recovery. You know what I mean? And then it was very hard to detach myself from this.
Right.
You know, here recently, and it's still hard. It's still hard when I got to look back and I got to watch because my hands used to be involved in everything.
Right.
So it was like, this is the time. God has like put me in this, and since I went to Alabama and I spend so much time alone, I spend so much more time in the Word of God. I spend so much more time just like, I don't even know what, like thinking, you know, and I go to the gym. I go to the gym like 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm really like, and like, you know, people will never truly understand how valuable that gym time is and what the gym does to a person. Like, dude, I'm in there fighting battles.
Yeah.
Like I go put my earbuds in, I go in there, I take my anger, my aggression, my frustrations out of life, and I talk to God, and I do it all in there. And the whole time I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure like no one ever really talks to me in the gym, and I'm sure I know what I look at, because I sit right in front of the mirror and I look at myself the whole time, and I'll talk to myself, and I will put things into my head. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm telling myself, you're going to do this. You're better than that. You know, you're going to do this. Don't do this. You know, I'll sit there and look at them big mirrors. I take pictures of myself in that mirror. You know what I mean? But that's what I stare at for hours when I'm in there. You know what I mean? And I'll put these things, like I'll talk about it, and like they'll give me words. God, my conversation with God will give me words, and you know, during that time, and I'll post them on Facebook or whatever. But you know, like that is, to me, that's like spirituality. That's that's like spiritual intimacy with God. When you have a conversation with God, when you can get in the Word, you can get in the Bible, the Word, and you can read Scripture, and then you can take that Scripture, apply it to something that's happened in your life, and then you can put a word out on it. Like that's relationship,
right?
You know what I mean? That's relationship. That's relationship. Like, and you could have all of the knowledge in the world. You could read the Bible front to back, and you could have all the tools. You could go to every meeting. You can have all the good advice in the world. But if you don't begin to apply that advice to your daily grind, to your actions, to the way you look at things, to your perspective on things, if you don't allow that information to start like getting within your actions and getting it within your like character, you know what I mean? It's worthless. Like I don't care. I don't care. Like you could look at somebody who has 50 years of sobriety, and they could tell you da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like they have proven, it has been proven. You know what I mean? And if you don't take it,
it reminds me of Scott.
Yeah.
He say he had the tools. He has all the tools. But if you don't take them out and use them, you know what I mean? That's it. That's what it reminds me of.
You can get, you could go sit down with Billy Graham and have an hour conversation on faith. And you could like, Billy, how do I get closer to God? You know what I mean? And he could give you 10, the best, Billy Graham, he did ministry for like 75 plus years. And they said, if it's of God, it'll last. So I guarantee you, Billy Graham was of God.
Yeah.
No scandals, none of that. You know what I mean? He was pure. I could imagine how many people that he brought to God in his things he did. But like if he could tell you 10, he could give you the best advice, the top 10 things you could do to get closer to God. And if you've never really applied one of them to your life, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's with most things, it's action.
mm,
You know,
Boom.
and a lot of people get too caught up in just external things, like they give themselves excuses on why they can't,
Yeah.
why they shouldn't, or what people's gonna think of them, and you got to get out of that.
Yeah.
You know, this is your life.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to be.
The application is way more,
Yeah.
way stronger, way more powerful than the information.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The application. You know?
And then the information.
You have the information. Everyone has the information. We cannot deny the fact that we do not have the information these days. We lack in the ability for the applicant to apply. We lack in the application. You know what I mean? We was talking about that today. We was talking about Abraham. Abraham had a relationship with God. Like they all talk about Abraham's faith. Abraham had a direct relationship with God. He did. We have the Bible. Abraham didn't have the word. He didn't have scripture. He didn't have none of that to go by.
Right.
He didn't have Jesus. Wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Crucified on the cross at that point. We didn't know all this. Right. He didn't have people teaching him anything. You know what I mean? Like he prayed and he listened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
He was given direction and he took it and he went with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't have to show it. It wasn't ever had to be showed. It was all in here and here.
You also never get the proof of any of it if you don't apply it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like it's kind of like what I said about somebody giving you advice. It's pretty much the same thing. Like you're never gonna know how real that stuff is until you apply it and see the proof of it. And I feel like that's the most important part of it is that's what creates the trust in yourself and that those things are possible or that, you know, doing those things will give you that outcome. You know, I mean, you can read and learn things all day, but if you don't apply
I just thought about this too. And it goes back to, we were talking earlier about like the consistency, you know, consistency is better than motivation.
Yeah.
You can look at that the same way. Your consistency is the application.
Yeah, for sure.
And the motivation is the information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, very seldom am I motivated, you know, quote unquote. I just believe in just doing it. You know, if I want to start something, just start it. And I don't care what I look like to somebody or now.
Hey, you know, if I'm trying to get healthy, if sexy comes with healthy, hey, so be it.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm just trying to take care of me and my mind and myself, you know?
Yeah.
But more positive things come with other positive things.
Yes.
I mean, those other positive things are attached to health because healthy is attractive.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, smart, intelligent is attractive. Being somebody that does what they say is attractive. Like these are qualities that we respect and adore in people for a purpose. You know, nobody likes somebody that just sits around or lies all the time or sloth. You know, like it's all these things. There's a reason behind it.
There's no like. We go on all day, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
We're at 58 minutes.
I'm thinking about it, like people don't understand what sloth means. Sloth is like, you know, like failing to meet your potential. It talks about like God, like if the banker gave these three men like $10,000 a piece, two of these people went out and like flipped the money. You know what I mean? Like took that money and did a lot with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? The banker said, I'll be back in 2 months. Well, one of the guys, he took that $10,000 and he buried it and didn't do anything with it. When the banker came back and met all three of the guys, the 2 men had like $40,000 or $50,000. You know, he took his 10 back and he gave them everything they made with what he had.
Right.
But the one guy didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Because he failed to meet his potential.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a good example.
He failed to meet his potential. He didn't get anything because he wasted that $10,000 is the potential that God gives all of us.
Right. He had the opportunity.
Physically, emotionally, spiritually, this deeper connection. Like we all have access.
Right.
We all have access. We all have $10,000.
You just got to unbury it.
Yeah.
Just gotta unbury.
You know what I mean? Like do something with it. You know what I mean? Like we all have access. Everyone has access.
Yeah.
Everyone has $10,000.
Especially now. I mean,
we have no excuse.
Yeah. I mean, you can do so many things. You can, and that's the thing. There's so much more for people, you know, like and living in these small, you know, like worlds, but like worlds in your head. Like there's so much more out there that is here for you. So much more life. There's more life out there just waiting for you to live. And people get caught in just the day-to-day downness on themselves, or you know.
And
amen.
And it's difficult. It's different. It's really difficult though. It's real. You know what? Difficult. Like I think why it's difficult because we get so comfortable. We talked about it in the Saturday meeting. We get so comfortable in like chaos and negativity. We get so uncomfortable living that life. We get so uncomfortable, and we walk around with this persona, and we walk around with these views, these negative views of ourselves. Yeah. Because we know the things that we've done to people. We know what we've tolerated. We know how we treated. We've allowed people to tell us we were less. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we took that and we walked around with it. So now when we go around new people, we always think we're being judged. Mm-hmm. We always think we're being looked down on. You know what I mean? We're always thinking this and that and other because we're still viewing ourselves that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, people ask me like, how do you get over the guilt? You know what I mean? I just don't live that way no more, right? Like everyone knows I was a drug addict forever.
Right.
But people respect me and they treat me right because I don't act like it anymore.
Because your actions now.
Right. Yeah. Like the guy.
What guy?
The guy, bro.
The guy. He said, oh, I'm unrelatable. Hallelujah.
Oh, that's a compliment. That's a compliment.
I know it. He said, well, have you ever been to prison? Have you ever did? And I'm like, you know what I mean? I was getting angry.
Yeah. You were.
But then I thought,
Rocky, be cool.
Then I thought to myself, hallelujah.
I feel like you handled it well.
I was homeless, drug addicted, many other virtually impossible things to overcome 5 years ago. And now I meet a guy in recovery and he thinks I'm not relatable. He don't think he can relate to me in any way. You know what I mean? Like I can't pull up my shirt and I don't have stab wounds. You know what I mean? Like I haven't ran the streets. You know what I mean? Like I don't have track marks and I have not lived like I have not lived in a life of chaos. You know, thank God that is proof that
Amen.
That is proof that God is relevant in my life. That is proof that I surrendered to a program. I surrendered to my God. You know what I mean? That is proof. Like that is the fruit of thank God.
You're a new person now.
I know. I don't talk the same, walk the same.
Exactly.
I'm not like Chris. I still look the same in a lot of ways, but
I look different.
You do look
everything. Everything changed with me.
God had a little air pump. What was put there back
I
then?
seen his mugshots. I was like, whoa.
Somebody let the gas out of it.
Well, you put some contacts and some teeth in this boy's mouth. It's a whole different ball.
If the Holy Spirit would leave a body, that's what it would look like.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie Cocoon?
No.
You don't?
He's
I
young,
don't think
bro.
so. I am pretty young.
Listen, go watch the movie Cocoon. When them spirits come out of them bodies and they look like a soggy, they look like a skin suit.
Yeah.
He had a skin suit on bones, but
I was deflated.
He had no spirit in him whatsoever.
And when he got 110 pounds or something.
Yeah. And when he got here, it was relevant and it was like evident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I respect Chris so much is because you're such you have so much the energy that you bring and the spirit that you always come in with, and then to hear how you were and you didn't talk and you didn't.
Was that real?
Right. So it's a really awesome thing.
You want to know what changed it? Obedience.
I like that.
Surrender and obedience to that surrender.
Yeah.
Doing the uncomfortable things.
Man.
Well, and then I just want to say this, right? Doing just how you can be so comfortable with, where you're stuck at, it's because you formed a habit. You know, how the brain works is once you get used to doing the uncomfortable things that you need to do, you find comfort in that. You get pleasure from just doing the stuff you hate to do. like working on me. I like to work out, but like nobody likes to sweat and be in there like, lifting all types of weight and stuff. But like you get used to it to the point where it feels good.
Yeah, I'm addicted to the pump, dude.
Yeah. And that's like it's a good example though. Like there's a satisfaction that you get from being the type of person that when you say, this is what I'm going to do, after a while, you just start to do it. Opposed to sitting there with yourself like, man, I don't really want to. And it just becomes a habit where it's just get it done.
And like, and pride has done that to me my whole life too. Cause like when you want to talk crap about somebody, you know what I mean? You talk crap about somebody now that's come out of my mouth. Now I gotta back it up regardless. You know what I mean? Cause I'm a man. You
I'm
know
a firm believer in that though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even like in the chaos of life, and you know how like living in that kind of environment, you know what I mean? Like once you said it, once you talk some mess about somebody, you got to back it up.
Right.
You have to, regardless whether he's wrong or not, because I can't look stupid.
Right.
Then I'll look wrong, right? I'm too
I'm
too insecure though. I'm too insecure to admit that I'm wrong.
Right.
So now I just have to back it up because I'm a man. That's pride. You know what I mean? Like, period. But there's a good pride, there's a healthy, clean pride, and then there's a terrible one too.
Yeah, like you can take pride in being man enough to go. I had to do this the other day with a specific staff person at the house, and there was something that happened, or I thought that happened, that I was told that happened, that I spoke my mind on, and then come to find out it was false. So I had to get a hold of them and say, look, I apologize. I was wrong. I mean, that's important.
Bro, there's freedom in that.
To
be able, it's in the 12 steps too. When I'm wrong, promptly admit it. It's in there for a reason. You know what I mean? Like there's freedom in it.
You know what's problem with, what the problem is, like what the problem is with people and like leadership and like a lot of guys with staff and things. Like people put people on pedestals, and I've done it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, mentors, leaders, and things like that, you always put them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to believe that they're great.
Mm-hmm.
But the more you get to know them, and the more you're like,
well, we're all flawed.
I know we're so flawed. Like
we're
even
all flawed.
like, I mean, like I say it, everyone has their flaws, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like none of the staff members here are perfect. We are all growing. You know what I mean? We are all growing together. We learn new things every day. We're kind of like like how the Jewish law come into play, like how they would take something and they would turn it into a law. That's why so many laws, like they would take a situation and turn that into something. We do that all the time with rules.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like a moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, why is there so many rules? Because so many people's done such stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like people do stuff all the time, don't they?
Yeah.
About 3 of them rules is because of me.
Yeah. I'm just saying, but so many people
has to be
the
spoken.
rules, all the rules are a result of the history of the things that have taken place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the rules are a result of the things that have happened, the things that are happening. You know what I mean? Like you have to do it. You know what I mean? Like the unfortunate thing about like being in a recovery place and is like, you can spend your whole time like battling it in conflict when it was never meant to harm you.
Right.
It was always meant to help you.
It's here to help in every way.
This is a program for men.
Yeah.
A lot of women don't understand why we go through what we go through and how we deal with one another.
Yeah.
But they weren't meant to understand it.
And
They're
I love
women.
that's
we are
that
men.
You guys say. Like,
we are
I
men.
love how you make that a point in the, that this is for men. This is a program for men. Because I feel like it's important for people to understand.
Yeah. We don't treat each other. Like I know a lot of these, I think it's a beautiful thing. A lot of these women's places, like they hug and love, and they do a lot of the recoveries involved in like love and like with one another and stuff. But sometimes, you know what I mean? Like we are men. We are different.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I don't like, that's something that I'm real big on with a lot, especially recovery places, is like, I don't need you to treat me like a child. And I mean that in a way of like, you don't need to baby me or be nice to me because I'm an addict or you think this is what I need. No, be honest with me. It's okay to get upset. Like I can speak my mind, you can speak yours. And I feel like that's important. But in the same way, you have to be able to take their opinion and what they say and really absorb that and think about, because I don't agree with that with everything, but I'll speak my piece, but then there's a certain amount of respect that has to come with that, well, you're still here to do your job and you're still here to help me and us. And that's something that I have to accept as far as you said with the rules and everything.
Yeah.
Even if I don't think it's right, well, the bigger picture and the bigger goal should not be to sit here and focus on all these small things when, I'm here to improve. I'm here to do better at the end of the day.
Do better. And you think about, like, if there's 40 rules you have to follow on a daily basis.
Yeah.
40 black and white, draw the line, rules you have to follow. And so what if this is what a lot of people like don't grasp the concept. So what if you fail and do something wrong?
Right.
You're going to make a mistake. You're going to get wrote up for it. And if you get if you get wrote up for it, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? So what? We make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. There's no perfection there's no perfection in progress.
Right.
If there was perfection, there would be no progress. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to build a little bit each and every day. And a lot of people, don't. It's like I don't know if it's insecurity or what it is. But you know what? It's like, and I've done this and I've been through this and I've went through this process during the time. And I would think, like, why are they so hard on me? Or why are they doing this? Why are they picking me apart? It's just like, if you sign this paper, and you say, I'm going to abide by these 40 rules, but then, like, you break one.
Yeah.
And it's a fair stretch to say that 85% of the time it was intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you get caught, and now you get mad. A lot of people leave over it. That's things like, you don't think that we don't feel bad? Well, I feel terrible for it. I want to shake people sometimes. I'm like, you did this.
Yeah.
Now you can't take to lose your phone for 30 days because this is reciprocation. Like, this is the problem this is the chaos you created in your life. But now you want to get mad at us for having, like, this is what we deal with on a daily basis. But the ones that this is a faith thing. It's like those who persevere and push through the trials will win. Will ultimately be there in the end. Like, when you have to push through.
That's what it's for. I feel like is it's to teach you that, because first of all, let me say that if you get that mad, it's probably because you're wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that if you can't tell me if I know that I'm right, I'm not gonna get upset.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna feel like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. It is what it is. Like, if you have to guess, if you have to sit there and think on it, then you probably know you were wrong. And you're trying to find a way.
Pride is blind, though. There's a lot of, like, we deal with a lot of mental illness and things too. Yeah. Sometimes, like, I know things. Sometimes I do things and I'm blind to them. Yeah. I got to have people like him around me.
And that's kind of my point. Is like that's what that's for, is to point out and teach you that these are things that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
And it's because, if you make a mistake, then there's consequences to it. And the consequences really aren't that bad, like it's in the grand scheme of things of like where I was and, the amount of improvement that I'm making right now and progress that I'm making right now, these small things that I may have to go through sometimes are so petty and so small that, like, I'm not going to say I don't want to say I don't understand it, because I do understand where people come from when they get upset, when they get mad. But it's kind of like how you said you wish you could shake them sometimes, because it's like, bro, why are you making it such a big deal?
Yeah. And there's a lot of things too, like the things that we go through in a program like this is like forced discipline.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I've been wrote up for leaving my clothes laying around. Did I go back to the motel room or the Airbnb or wherever I'm staying, and I'll throw my stuff wherever I want to.
Right.
I don't have to live that way no more. You know what I mean? Like, these things just, you know what I mean? Like, they're in this place and all the structure is in the place. Like, when you leave in 9, 10, 12 months, whenever like that time comes for whoever, you know what I mean? We talk about application. Like, you can take it with you, or you can leave it all right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't take 100% of everything that was put on me home with me. I mean, I'm still a little messy. I put and do what I want to with my clothes. I don't fold them up and put them in the drawers. I leave them in piles. You know what I mean? I got 5 hampers.
you have that privilege now
Yes.
to be able to make that choice, though.
Yeah.
You know?
But because I've been through it,
Right.
you know, like everyone, like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's so grateful when they're in jail.
Yeah.
Everyone's so grateful. I'm blessed. And you get here for a couple weeks or a month, you get a job. Then all of a sudden your gratitude goes out the window. You think you're entitled to something. And like, you know what I mean? And you forget, like you was just in jail like a month ago.
Yeah.
And you was so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was so grateful.
Reflection
It's the greatest thing ever.
is important.
These people are
Reflection.
awesome.
Reflection.
You can go from the most awesomest person in the world to the biggest dirt ball lying, like you're always picking on me kind of person within a couple days.
Yeah.
In some people's minds.
Distractions.
We are at 75 minutes.
What is that? What is that?
Hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This is about typical.
Yeah, but I have a thing I have to go do.
Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
Chris has a thing.
I have to go get somebody and
I
take him
know.
to treatment.
I know. Doing the
What
good work.
if you was going to? Who this person is? He's going to pick up to take treatment today.
There we go.
If you would give them
Good.
the best, I don't want you to do it. Think about this. If you could give them the best advice you could give them right now, what would it be?
The best advice.
Think about it now.
Yeah.
Don't come back regretting later and think, dang, I should have told him this.
I mean,
it don't even have to be advice. What would you say to them right now?
Yeah, I would say, because let me say it like this, right? Because this is something that helps me a lot, is what I'm driven to do. Like, find your purpose and just start doing it. Like, that's I feel like that's the most important thing, is don't worry too much about, you know, why or how, or just, if you want it, however big or however small, just literally wake up every day and figure out ways to progress towards that thing every single day. You know, stay consistent with whatever is working for you in your life. Have that be a constant thought, is stay consistent. And if you do that, I feel like everything else just comes, you know?
I can dig it.
Yeah. I agree.
That was good.
Hasta la vista.
That was a good podcast.
Cysko
Suave. I
Suave.
haven't ended it yet.
Yes, sir.
Brandin.
I'm like already doing the talk after.
That's the first Brandin.
Yeah, with an I.
Seen that with an I. Usually an O.
I have two awesome names.
Cysko Suave.
Cysko wasn't good enough.
Follow Cysko on Facebook.
Cysko.
Yeah. Follow him on TikTok. Is there anything else?
Support him.
That's it. Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. I'm gonna get my YouTube started soon, but I'm really just trying to focus on what I got going on right now to really make it that valuable.
Doing all this while in a recovery home, working, doing meetings every day, going to the gym, busy guy.
If you follow him, go check out some videos, and I promise you won't be disappointed.
Amen. We'll see if we see some Jesus popping up in there once in a while.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah,
Baby steps, right?
Yeah. Friends first.
Yeah. Progress, not perfection. My job is to love you like Jesus loved people, and that's what I do.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you. We will see y'all later. Do I need to play the music? I should.
You're the producer.
You already said it. Just play it.
I said it now. It's over with. See y'all later.
I'm starting to like it.
Oh, no.